What is up? What is up? You know, it's Monday. We back in the saddle again. It's a weird Monday. See, most people in the world are probably going to be off and enjoying their week. Not me, because all I do is work. And I will be here all week long, all week strong. And you know what that means? You better keep it locked right here to 56, 96.1, and 87.7 all week long. And don't forget, you can always check us out on Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. We're going to be here rocking and firing all week, and there's a lot of stuff to rock and fire about. Today, we got Terry Davis. He's coming on to talk a little bit about the Tigers. That will be fun. You know, the Tigers had a little basketball game against Ole Miss on Saturday, and it turned out to be a very, very enjoyable game for me in a very weird way, and I'll explain a little bit later. And it all comes back to this one thing, karma. And if people don't believe it, karma is a gigantic witch. And yes, I said witch. Don't worry. You can go replay it back. It is a witch, and karma will get you. And when you are a complete jerk, karma will find you. And then she will hurt you right at the end. And I'll explain a little bit more about what I'm saying later. Now, also, I'm going to talk a lot of National Football League with my good buddy Gabe. Because Gabe, well, while I'm the sports mixologist, tearing up the takes, my man Gabe actually knows, and he's been around a lot closer to time-wise, playing the actual game of football in the style they play today. So we're going to wrap with him about the National Football League. We got so many things to break down. It is going to be a lot of fun. But before I get into anything, again, welcome to the show. You know me, Johnny Radio. You know Gabe. Follow us on Twitter at John_Radio and at G_Coon71. That's Kuhn. And I also want to remind y'all, of course, Sports 56 WHBQ. But the first and foremost, before we get into the real deal Holyfield, you know, we got Hardwood, we got Terry Davis, we got really important stuff going down. But in front of me, we're going to talk National Football League, but I have the odds to who is going to win Monday, January 13th, 2020, Mercedes-Benz in New Orleans, the football championship. I'm not going to talk about this very, very long, but I found this very fascinating. The odds. Who do you think has the greatest odds to win this bad boy? Who is up there? Now, LSU, no shocking, 3-2. Clemson, 13-5. Ooh, but this is the one that gets me. Alabama, after last week, has jumped all the way up. Remember last week they were 30-1?
You want to know why? Oregon.
4-1. Yeah, Oregon falling out. Oregon, by the way, just so you know, which doesn't make any sense. They should have fallen out to like 1,000-1. They've only fallen to 30-1. But Alabama with the biggest jump from this week, up to 4-1. Ohio State looks like the money you need to bet because they are 9-5, buddy. If you don't know, that's better than 2-1. Or not as good as you would rather have 2-1 is basically what I'm trying to say.
Clemson love 13-5.
I'll tell you something. Clemson. No. 9-5 is much tighter. I mean, you'd rather have 13-5 odds than 9-5. Heck, you're not even.
But you're being realistic. You don't.
No, I'm saying the biggest favorite right now is Ohio State. I mean, it's amazing to me. Ohio State's been awesome. LSU has been great. Clemson is right there. But I don't want to talk about those. It's the weird ones that I'm looking at that I don't understand. Like 4-1 Alabama. Did Matt Jones do that much to change it from 30-1 to 4-1 in just 1 week? Or did Georgia do so bad to go from where they were to falling all the way to 10-1?
Don't you think it has more to do with Oregon than anything? Because when you look at, Bama, yeah, they scored 66. They're playing West Carolina.
Utah State went from 100-1 to 50-1. Utah went from, did I say State?
Yeah, you said State.
I thought I said State because, I think of Jordan Love a lot.
Yeah.
But I didn't
you corrected yourself pretty quickly.
Okay.
No, but I can see that. But wait, so Oregon's odds are higher still?
Unbelievably.
How?
Right now, Oregon has better odds than Utah. And the reason I bring this up, because I'm going to just tell you this right now. I brought this up for a very important reason. If you were up late on Saturday night, all LSU, they roasted Arkansas. Arkansas is not a real team. LSU last week, they roasted Ole Miss. No offense, again, we're the Ole Miss Network. This is not the best Ole Miss team. This isn't a team that was going to beat Alabama or beat LSU or have one of those special seasons. It's been an interesting year, but they didn't take the Magnolia Trophy. They didn't take the trophy from Arkansas. They just take pictures with it and leave it on the field and bounce, man. They don't even care because they have something bigger they're playing for. So I understand where LSU is and everything. Ohio State dropped Penn State 28-17. Should have been by a lot more. Dobbins in that stupid fumble. That 17-point third quarter, which was straight BS. Yeah, I had Ohio State, but anyway, point. They are the real deal. Holyfield and Justin Field looks good. Now, Texas A&M and Georgia should have dropped and sunk. Georgia looked horrible, I thought. I think Jake Fromm, and by the way, Barrett Sallee was on with Greg and Eli earlier, and I was listening to him again. And I will say this to you again, Barrett Sallee, there is an argument. Jake Fromm is not even close to being as good as Justin Fields, so stop tweeting that crap out. It's ridiculous to even think that they're on the same planet. Jake Fromm, yes, he plays college quarterback, but I'm going to tell you something. Jake Fromm doesn't hold Justin Fields, you know what.
And you know the argument has been consistently, oh, well, he fits that system. No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
No, he
couldn't
doesn't.
hit a wide-open
Here's
back
the thing.
out.
He is
He sucks.
usually efficient quarterback that usually gets to the right spot. When you go 11 for 23 for 163, one TD, no,
You're
man,
not
you're
that
just
great,
not very
buddy.
good. And you look at who A&M gives up points.
Yep.
A&M gave up 30 to Mississippi State.
I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell it to you, and I've said this for a long time. Best Georgia defense they've had since I've been watching them. Best running back possibly since, my man, y'all know who
So
the
you're saying
Herschel.
so you're
since
saying there's a
Chubby
missing
time.
piece.
I'm saying they got every single piece but quarterback. That's it. The only place that they're missing is quarterback. Hell, bring me back Jacob Eason, even though he sucks. Jake Fromm ain't much better, but you had Justin Fields on your team, and you knew you weren't going to win it all last year, and you couldn't figure out how to put that guy in and make him effective. And then I get more upset because I did go back this weekend, and I looked at SB Nation's Georgia page. I pulled up my good friend at CFB Hourglass, Jake Wimberly, and all the stuff he wrote about Georgia. Pulled up a lot of articles from the Georgia writer and that Atlanta whatever Constitution. I can't remember what the heck they call their paper. But I went back to look at what they said about Justin Fields. And me and you have talked about this off the air. But was there not almost a character assassination?
We've talked about it on the air before the season. Every report said he could not pick up Ryan Day's offense. That was the main report.
Smart. Couldn't pick up Georgia's last year. Couldn't throw the ball as well as Jake Fromm. Heck of an athlete. Remember they tried to basically. I had one reporter say he's a poor man's Jared Stidham. Damn, poor man Jared Stidham ain't that bad, but. No offense, Jared Stidham, I know you're in the National Football League, and I know you played pretty good, but right now, to me, in my opinion, you're probably a poor man Justin Fields. I'm serious. I am sick and tired of people trying to say that Kirby Smart made the right decision for this year's football team. I saw it again this weekend, and I just want to say flat out to all you Georgia fans, congratulations on being 10-1. You probably would be undefeated and you might win a national championship if you kept Justin Fields. That's just the truth. Best defense in the country, Georgia.
But you do have to take into account sometimes people don't know how to adjust their offense. And I think when you look at Ryan Day, he's able to do that.
That's a good point
right?
there, too.
So you don't know.
So that means Kirby Smart is not the greatest coach in football
absolutely.
Like everybody's
and I
saying.
can agree with that.
And that's another thing I want to agree with. And yes, I'm definitely with you on that one because we have painted Kirby. He got more 5-stars than Nick Saban. So I can pull up right now. What was it? My man who comes on, the book that I always get. You open up the book and what does it start talking about? Kirby Smart, Nick Saban's best coach that he ever let get away. Is this going to be the coach that finally beats the master? You remember all that? Because no coach can beat Nick Saban. Nobody that ever coached for Nick Saban can beat Nick Saban. So, is Kirby Smart going to be that? And we constantly heard about how he's just the greatest coach since sliced bread. And again, if he's the greatest coach since sliced bread, How could you look at Jake Fromm and Justin Fields and honestly tell me that you picked the better quarterback? Because that's what you did for months. And Jake Fromm, let me just tell you something. You keep playing the way you play, the NFL will invite you to a couple camps. You won't be drafted home.
And look, and this came out earlier in the season, the Kirby Smart, Mark Richt comparison.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty on point. You talk
It
about
is.
Smart's first year was 8-5. Richt, 8-4. Second season, 13-1 for Richt. Smart, 13-2. Smart's third season, 11-3. Richt, 11-3. And then this year, 10-1. Guess what Mark Richt's fourth season was? 10-2.
Ooh.
So I'm just saying, look, the comparisons are there. I think Mark Richt was very, very good
do too.
at Georgia
I do
for a
too.
long time. But at the same time, he could never get over the humps he needed to.
And by the way, I am probably sounding like I'm coming down hard, and I think Kirby Smart is a good coach. And I'm not trying to be a jerk but I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade. I'm just trying to tell you is it's that time of the year. It's getting time for the national championship. It's starting to talk about bowl time. I mean, we're talking about the Tigers going to a Cotton Bowl maybe. You know what I mean? This Tiger team's the real deal, Holyfield. But what always leads the conversation is the Final Four. And right now, it looks like Clemson's got a cakewalk all the way there. If LSU doesn't lose to Georgia, which they shouldn't because Jake Fromm's a joke, Joe Burrow's the real deal. Holyfield, they waltz up into that bad boy. And then Ohio State, Michigan fans, shut up. Please. When you beat Ohio State, talk smack. When Jim Harbaugh finally beats Ohio State, talk smack. But don't talk smack until it actually happens, because right now, Gabe, do you believe it's going to happen? I mean, do you believe that it even is possible to happen?
I mean, anything's possible.
Anything is possible. I know that. But what I'm basically saying is we watched Ohio State sleepwalk. Like, oh, man, it was really sleepy. You think Saturday, November 30th, in Ann Arbor, Michigan, do you think that Ohio State's going to come in there sleepy and just roll to an easy victory? Or do you think they're going to come out and beat everybody like they do by 100?
I don't know, man. Well, I guess the question becomes, when you saw them play this weekend, they won 28-17 over Penn State. Pretty handle. I mean, you never thought Penn State had a chance.
Penn State was never close. The score does not even
The score
come
doesn't
close.
indicate what it was.
They covered.
I
That's
guess
it.
the question is, who do you think's a better team now at this point, Michigan or Penn State, and who could give them a better run? I thought, especially halfway through the season, no question Penn State was a better team. But Michigan has come on as of late. They haven't been as bad as I've thought. They have a win against Iowa. They have handled business for the most part. They trounced Michigan State, made themselves look good. So I don't know at this point, but I do think Ohio State should be able to win handily.
I think they go into Ann Arbor, and I think they remind everybody why Michigan lost to Wisconsin, why they lost to Penn State, why they lose two big games. Jim Harbaugh, again, he can't plant a potato and turn it into potato salad in the next day, but he also can't beat Ohio State. And that's just the facts. And after he loses on the 30th of November, I just want to know what y'all are going to say during December. What are you going to say, Michigan fans? Hit me up, 901-360-8255. If there are any out there, you can hit me at the First Bank phone lines, or you can text in at 67129 on the First Bank text lines. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are a lot of things going on in the college world, and this is what I wanted to jump on before I do this, and I'm going to get off of it. And this is for my gambling friends. I think right now Ohio State, if you were betting on a championship, at 9-5 is a really good bet right now, even though it's not very much. I look at the other ones, and I think the best one, you can get Utah at 50-1. You put $10 on it, that's $500. Did you watch Utah play this weekend? Do you remember what I told you Utah would do this weekend to Arizona? Did I tell you that under would get there? Heck to the yes. You know why I told you that? Because they wouldn't score. But they did score one touchdown in the final, 20 seconds in a basic BS. It wasn't even it was 4th down and 7, and the quarterback on their third string defense took off running and scored a just BS touchdown at the very end. You know what I mean? It wasn't, I mean, it was like, it wasn't real. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, people, if you want to be smart and just like, and you're looking at this and you want to like bet a little bit of money, throw the majority on Ohio State, maybe LSU, heck, maybe Clemson. They're 3 going to be there. But the best bet, I still think Utah has a pretty good chance. And if you're going to give me 50-1 odds, 50-1, 50, I don't think that's that bad. And you're saying to yourself, Gabe, why would you kind of made a crazy look like, oh, that's
Well, I mean, 50-1 and in Utah,
dude,
right?
50. Well, I mean, right now, let's just be real. Don't you think they have a pretty good chance of making the Final Four better than what I'm saying of anybody else's bets? I mean,
I know,
we're
but
talking about,
is this to win the whole thing, right?
well, I mean, yes, they'd have to make
Yeah,
2
so
wins.
that's what I'm saying. I Utah, I think they're a good team. I picked them to win the Pac-12, but when push comes to shove, I think if you bet $10 on that, you're throwing it right down
Maybe.
the drain, basically. But I mean, $10 if you can spare it.
I hear what you're
Long
saying.
shot. It's a long shot, very clear long shot. 50-1 is not is not a favorite.
No, it's
Like,
definitely not. But can I ask you something? It's very simple. The reason that Utah is 50-1 is because nobody's betting. The reason Alabama is 4-1 because everybody's betting. And I'm going to tell you right now, I still think Utah has just as much a chance, maybe even better, to make the college football Final Four. And you're saying, how is that possible? Well, what if you're a Pac-12 champion and you win and you play when Alabama's sitting at home and they haven't been in forever and they haven't done jack? You kind of want to keep people happy. You know what I'm saying? And then you can sit there and say, well, John, well, look at the record. Look at the record. Yeah, I can look at the record. And I can sit there and say, well, it's not perfect. But before this year, have we ever had an undefeated championship since the Final Four started?
regardless,
Have we?
do people know that?
No is the answer.
Do people know that they go play the Iron Bowl next week with Mac Jones at quarterback? So that's a scary one. I'm not trusting Bama right now. They played Western Carolina this week. Okay, I don't care how many points they put up on that team. And by the way, I am sick of the late year November SEC. Let's play a bunch of cupcakes in week 13. You know what I mean? That bothers me.
I know what you mean. I feel you there. But what I'm trying to say is, and just, Gabe, I want you to listen. They have one loss. They lost to USC at USC, and people always say when you lose, it's important. It was the 4th game of the year. If they were in a different part of the country, people wouldn't even remember September 21st. It would have gone past. They'd be like, hey, Utah, they lost to USC by a touchdown at USC. By the way, isn't USC ranked? USC looks pretty damn good right now. Shout out. My man's got things rolling. But Arizona, it should have been 35-0. That defense didn't give them jack. UCLA, 49-3. The defense is real. Their offense is real. They are running it. They are throwing it. And we always say what? Defense wins championships. Don't we say that, Gabe?
Yeah.
50-1, you give me that defense with a running back who's mad, a team that's got a huge chip on their shoulder. I will take a little bitty risk for a huge reward when I think that they probably are going to be one of the Final Four teams, because Utah, do you know what they have left? They have Colorado. And then after they beat Colorado, guess who they are going to beat? The brakes off of Oregon. And when they're the Pac-12 champ with one loss, and it being USC, you're going to wish you would have put Utah at 50-1 because they will at least be one of the Final Fours. Now, you can bet against them. You can do whatever you want. But if you can't tell me that's not the best, or at least, I don't know, what word am I looking for, Gabe? If you're a gambler, it gives you the most return, most bang for your buck. Like, you can go ahead and throw $100 on 2 teams you really love. Like, go Ohio State, go LSU. Well, you have to throw a little more, because then you won't. They just break even. That'd be boring. Actually, just pick one of them. Pick one or the other, and then throw you like a couple bucks on Utah. And for all you people who are listening and laughing and saying Harden definitely don't know jack about football, you just wait till after Utah shuts out Colorado. You wait till after Utah shuts down Oregon, and when they become the Pac-12 champ, you explain to me and you explain to the rest of the country how the committee is going to leave the Pac-12 champ out again. And now I'm going to say, not this year, Not going to happen, especially if LSU and Clemson and Ohio State are clear champions. Georgia has 2 losses. Alabama doesn't have Tua, and they already have 1 loss. What if they lose into Auburn? That only hurts Oregon more. Kind of hurts Utah a little bit. But basically what I'm trying to say is at 50-1. 50-1, people! I hope I taught you something today, and maybe you will. Now, last but not least, I want to ask you, Gabe, in your opinion, who is the best team in the country?
Ohio State, I think without a doubt.
I think I'm with you.
That team defensively is at the top of the country. And offensively, you have Justin Fields, you have J.K. Dobbins, you have that O-line looking
Dobbins
nasty.
Looked like crap last week and fumbled in the end zone and still was better than most
I don't
backs
care.
across the country.
He has run for
That's what I'm saying.
1,400
He's
yards
awesome.
in the Big Ten. That is not easy to do. I'm sorry.
Oh, basically, and Gabe, I'm agreeing. I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is he is, like, so good. But you talk about Young. You talk about Fields. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see other pieces that make you go, wow, and you forget you got a 1,400-yard back who is literally a beast that's going to play on Sunday. And then think about those offensive and defensive lines, both of them.
And by the way, y'all know that Chase Young now holds the single-season record at Ohio State.
No way. I did not know that.
For sacks with 14.5. He had 3 in his return.
Wait a second. He's missed 2 games and holds the record already with
Yes.
a game left?
No, he's insane. I mean, when I look at this guy,
Does he make the Bosa
and
look bad?
I honestly, I think this is a good Sex 7129 question. Like, when was the last time? Who is the last player defensively that has been as dominant as Chase Young has been this year?
Charles Woodson.
He's only
And
Heisman.
Dominic Sue.
Okay, I want to hear these.
These
I
are
want to
good.
hear
Yeah,
it.
6, 7,
the
1,
most
2, 9.
recent, because Charles
Recent.
Woodson's probably not the most recent.
Oh,
right?
recent. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was just going with the easy route to do the defensive Heisman. But anyway, we got so many things we can talk about here. And coming up next, though, I'm going to switch gears because we're going to talk about Tiger basketball. We had a little Ole Miss. We had Tiger basketball. By the way, real quick, shout out to a few people. Bonnie Hackmeyer, what's up? I hope you're listening out there. But big shout out to my man Lincoln Perry, Coach Thomas. I love you. James Thomas, a good friend. Houston is now 13-0. They're moving on. They beat Whitehaven. That was a great night. I went out and watched them. Saw a lot of great people. Saw Ben Bennett. Saw everybody and their grandmother. It was great. Saw Silas Gaither out there. Chip is what I know him as. But for all you Survivor fans, Silas. But anyway, Houston football Friday, Tiger basketball on Saturday, a 1-point win. But on the other side, we're going to talk about that 1-point win, how big that was, how good is Ole Miss, how good is this Tiger team with Terry Davis of the Tri-State Defender. We're also going to, after that, I'm going to explain to you about karma and why it is a witch. But whatever you do, if you want to learn that, you can't touch that dial, but you always have to remember MemphisFarmers.com and my man Chad Gatlin. That's MemphisFarmers.com on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
Farmers Insurance knows that there's a not-so-subtle difference between the sound of a car hitting your rear bumper and the sound of a clown car hitting your rear bumper.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry about that.
We call that a three-ring fender bender, and we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent.
They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at MemphisFarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. For more than 26 years, they've supplied all the diesel parts that you need. From simple repairs to complete overhauls, they have it all. Whether it's heavy, medium, light duty, agricultural, marine, or off-road, Mid-South Power is the leading source for all things diesel. Fuel injection, turbochargers, engine parts, alternators, starters, and brakes, they can supply all the parts and services you need. Stop in today at 3250 Mill Branch Road in Memphis or call 901-396-0710.
Did you learn your ABCs when you were a kid? Well, as a grown-up, it's time to learn your CBDs, as in CBD edibles, oil tincture, pain cream, and beauty products. All found at Your CBD Store, with 3 locations, Poplar Avenue, North Germantown Parkway, and Goodman Road East. You'll find all natural, organic, and non-GMO products. Need to learn more? Your CBD Store has a knowledgeable and friendly staff that can answer questions, help with choices, and put you at ease about your CBDs. Your CBD Store, with 3 locations, Poplar Avenue, Cordova, and South Haven. Your CBD Store, making it as easy for you as ABC CBD.
The holiday season is here,
And it's time for our best offer of the year during the Ford Black Friday event. Now, for a limited time, get 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models. You're ready, and so are we. Start the season off right, and don't wait to enjoy our best deal of the season. That is 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models. The Ford Black Friday event ends soon, so hurry in today. Eligible on select 2019 model year vehicles. Vehicle must have arrived at dealer at least 61 days prior to the sale date. Estimated savings include an average dealer discount based on a sales survey of average discounts offered by Ford dealers nationally. Discount may vary. Dealer determines price. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by December 2nd, 2019. See participating dealer for complete details. Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why.
What up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, and what a happy day it is. It's beautiful. It's Monday. It's Thanksgiving week. I hope y'all are fired up. Hope you got your turkey and all that good stuff going. Hope everybody's just ready to rock and roll. And I always want to remind you about my good friend Chad Gatlin at MemphisFarmers.com. If you go to MemphisFarmers.com, bing, bang, boom, he's always, and I mean always, going to have you covered. He's got the power of farmers and the knowledge of Memphis. Go to MemphisFarmers.com or just give him a call if you want to. I ain't opposed to it. 901-235-1176. That's 901-235-1176. But man, MemphisFarmers.com, you can get anything you want right there. And when you see Daniel Gatlin, you're at the right place. Just his friends call him Chad. Now, coming up, speaking of my friend, Terry Davis, I call him TD, touchdown. What's up, Terry? How's life?
Man, life is great, man. How's it going on your end?
Dude, you know what, man? TD, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was so wrapped up in that game. I was sitting right next to Isaac Simpson all day long and didn't even know it till the very, very end of the game.
Yeah, he usually sitting that next to me downstairs.
Yup, man. He usually is down on Radio Row, but they bumped him for the Ole Miss stuff. But man, it was just kind of a great day, I think, for Memphis fans. The football team went out there and absolutely dominated and did their business. But the basketball games, and for all the Memphis fans, before I get into it, the 1-point win and yada yada. Look, they built a big lead. They won the game. I don't think it was really ever in doubt. Yes, they hit a lot of 3-pointers. I'm talking about Ole Miss. But I think that there's a lot of good stuff going on. And when you watch it, the first thing I want to mention it was like Ole Miss when they played just a few years ago. Like it was a nice crowd, but did this weekend finally feel almost like old times?
Yeah, yes, it did, because it's just the energy in the building, just coming up there, the anticipation of going against Ole Miss, which is the best game they played at home this year so far. And, it wasn't as electric as the Tennessee atmosphere it was last year, but it had a good feel to it. It would have been much better if we had the big fella out there playing, though.
Oh, man, it would be so much better. But, man, we're going to be without him for a while. And
right.
As the team gets used, is there any chance? I was listening to Greg and Eli on middays earlier. I've listened to, Matt Dillon and Dave Woloshin. I've listened to a lot of people talk about this stuff, and they're thinking to themselves that, you know what, maybe this could actually be a blessing in disguise. It always stinks when you don't have your big guy out there. It's always BS when the NCAA screws you, but it's always kind of like looking at the glass half full instead of half empty. And it's like, hey, these guys are going to at least learn how to play without him. So when you add him back, it's like you get a bonus, like the number one damn player in the country after you already learned how to play college basketball.
Yeah, that's true, too. And that's, with him being out, a lot of people want Penny to move Precious to the 5, but he don't want Precious moving to the 5. He want him to stay at the 4 so he can, get better at his position there and go with that, and especially with Lester being out from 4 to 6 weeks, too. So I think
hold on. Is that official now?
It is not official, but I saw him after the game. Yeah, I saw Lester at the Laker game when I was covering that for the for the Tri-State, and it didn't look good. And you could see it on his face that it probably was.
So it's broke. This hand.
We'll find out in about another hour when we talk to Penny.
We're gonna find out today, then, huh?
Yeah, we'll find out today because one thing, Penny, he
What
ain't
time are you going to meeting?
At 2:30.
I thought so. I'll be expecting a text as soon as you find out. I love you, TD.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
You know I love you. But in all honesty, with Lester also being out now possibly for 4 to 8 weeks, Wiseman is out. Alo stepped in, made me feel unbelievably good about the point guard, and I feel like Alo has finally found himself, and he looks like the Alo he did when he was, a high school kid. And then DJ Jeffries, let's just be real. We knew this kid was good. We didn't know how long it was going to take him to be good at the college level. He right now might be the best player on the team.
You're absolutely right because he's one of the most consistent guys. He does the little things. He plays. He's good defensively. He's protects the rim, and he has no ego because he could easily say, "Look, coach, start me," but he don't care about that. The only thing he cares about is going there and helping the team win, and that's what you need in a championship quality team.
That is so true. That is so true. And by the way, again, everybody knows on Monday at 1:30, this is a Memphis town, and we are going to talk Memphis Tigers with the beat writer for the Tri-State Defender, Terry Davis. I'm going to tell you right now, TD is at all the games, making sure everybody is fulfilled. But don't forget, TSDMemphis.com. You can go down there. You can get your sports. You can get all your entertainment, news, lifestyle, anything that's going on in this city and around the Mid-South, they got you covered. Always go to TriStateDefender.com, and don't forget to pick up Thursday's edition. Now, we talked about Lester. We talked a little bit about how we're going to find more out about his hands today at 2:30. DJ Jeffries, I just feel like he is a machine. James Wiseman, though, we've talked about him more than anybody else. Now, is this 12 thing? I mean, do you feel like they're going to lower this at all, or are we just going to have to get ready for the 12-game suspension because the NCAA hates us?
I would prepare for the 12, expect the worst and hope for the best. I think with them, they don't like Memphis, and I really think they're going to stick with the 12, and I think him and Lester will come back on the same day in South Florida on January 12th. So if he comes back before then, it's gravy, but if not, we just roll with what we got, and just, hopefully, on this 12-game span that they can go 10-2. If they go 10-2, they'll be right where they need to be, and they won't be hurt with the seed. Because if they go 10-2 during this span, I think they still get a top 4 seed in the tournament, and that's what we really need, a top 4 seed, so we don't get no bad matchup in the tournament. Because they're gonna try to screw us on the tournament side also too. So you want to be at least 10-2 coming out of that 12-game stretch.
All right, now I got to start getting down to some people and some players and some stuff that is always a little bit difficult when we talk about college athletes, but if you're Penny Hardaway and you look at the way everybody's playing, I'm just going to tell you right now, Alo looks like he is the most comfortable out there on the court. DJ looks the most athletically gifted, and he's just ready to dominate. Damian Ball and Boogie Ellis, two guys that I expected a whole lot out, and I expect a lot more out, especially with my man Quinones going out. They're going to have to play a lot more minutes. But if they do go to this small ball lineup with Alo and Boogie and Damian Ball, can that work? And is Boogie going to eventually start hitting some dead-gum shots?
One thing about Boogie that a lot of people look over, he hasn't been hitting the shots out there, but he's been giving assists. He's been playing top-notch defense. He's been doing the little things that Penny wants him to do. When he starts hitting those shots, instead of being like a 2-3 point victory, it's going to be a 10, 20-point victory. And another person that people forget about, he's been having a real quiet year too, is Tyler. Tyler Harris has been really, if you look at the stat sheet, you wouldn't, he had two big threes in the second half to put him over. He's not taking the wild shots that he used to take. So one thing about having...
Is there anybody faster with the ball in his hand this year right now in basketball that you've seen? Because he seems like one of the fastest guys with the ball in his hands in college sports.
No, he isn't. And guess who's right there running with him? DJ.
Yep, that's true. That is true.
He's right there with him. And like I said, this one thing about having such a talented team like this, you find there's multiple ways you can win. This team has shown over the course of the year, they find different ways to win, and which is going to help them out when they play the different styles in the tournament, and even when they get in league play.
Ooh, man. Yeah, and when they get in league play, I think things are going to be a lot different. The fact that they're 5-1 right now, they're undefeated at home. I'm feeling really good. Ole Miss, by the way, I'm not going to be a jerk. I want to give them some credit as well. they hit some damn threes, didn't they?
They're good. They're good. They've been doing it all year. You know, they run a slow, methodical type offense, but they can hit the three. And I do expect that team to make it to the tournament also this year.
Really interesting. So right now they're 4-1. They've been playing really good. They lost their one game, of course, to the University of Memphis by 1 point. Now I want to mention this, and this is something I'm going to talk about later. That last 3-pointer, I'm just kind of curious. Did you go back and look to see if it had actually gotten out of his hand on time?
Oh, it was right in front of me. It got out of his hand on time.
It did? Okay.
It was right in front of me, yes.
Man, I had a bunch of people around me who had Memphis -3.5 or Memphis -4. So they went from winning or pushing to losing. Yeah. And it was literally crazy. And it's so funny because when DJ dunked that ball, like they were going bananas, hugging each other, holding each other, and then they didn't see the shot. And then I watched like 15, 20 people turn around going, what the hell's going on? Where did this 3 points come from? Yeah. They just won by 4. And it was just, it was kind of crazy. But with a 1-point victory, a lot of people are going to think to themselves, possibly if they didn't watch the game from beginning to end, if they just kind of were like a person who likes to beat up on Memphis, they only beat Ole Miss by 1 point. Do you feel that was a game that they were in control of for a long damn while, and Ole Miss came out, and like I said, they hit so many threes. I mean, they hit 12 3-pointers in that ball game, man. They shot 44% from the arc. I mean, that is nasty. Let's just be real. And the fact that you get a win when a team shoots 44% from downtown and hits 73% of their free throws, you have to have a good game in the against the boards. You have to have a big game in the paint, and that's again, of course, where Memphis won. They won in the paint.
Exactly. And I asked Penny, was this their most complete game? Other than the 3-point, he said this was their most complete game because they played a good defensive game because Ole Miss came out and attacked Memphis, but Memphis just slowly, methodically just worked their way back in, and they built up to a 16-point lead. Now, what they got to learn how to do as a young team, learn how to do the small things to keep that 16-point lead and not let them nipping back into it because they missed some critical free throws late, and they didn't connect on some baskets late, and that's the reason it was so close at the end. They just got to learn to do the little things to maintain that 16-point lead. All
right, now, this is going to be a tough question for my man, TD. Terry, we saw last week, not last week, Saturday, what the starting lineup was without Wiseman. Mm-hmm. Now it's probably going to be without also Quinones. What do you think is going to be? Are they going to put Precious down at the 5? Are they going to continue to resist? No. Maybe they put Lance Thomas in the starting lineup as the 5. Is DJ gonna? What do you see going forward? I really want to know.
It's either going to be Isaiah Maurice at the 5.
He's going to keep starting,
or it's going to be Lance Thomas. It's going to go between those two, Lance Thomas at the 5 or Maurice at the 5. He's going to continue to let Precious go at the 4 and do what he's doing because he's comfortable right now. He's in the rhythm. If you can get 20 to 25 from Precious every night, you don't want to mess that up. So you can put Maurice in there and Thomas in there, and they're both getting time and minutes. And don't be surprised if Malcolm Dandridge is not back in the lineup pretty soon too. So he's getting really, really close to coming back too. So
good.
So it's always some possibilities out there, and hopefully, if the NCAA is nice to us, they'll give Stokes back, and there'll be another 5 you can hold there, so we can have some plugs to fill in until James come back and the Lester come back.
Dude, that's the call. Looking at the glass half full. If I was, I love you, TD. I love you. Oh man, but now I do have to ask you a hard question. Is there before the season started, the one person I thought was, I would say is what I said was one of the most mature young men I've ever listened to or talked with, and that's Damian Ball. He hasn't come out and had probably the season that he's expected, even though he's going out there and he's getting, 4 boards, dropping a couple dimes. He hit all 4 free throws. He was only 1 for 2 for his shots. I don't know. He's just not coming out as effective as I thought. How do you think a person like him is holding up mentally?
He's a mentally strong person because, one thing about Damian, he's like one of those even kill guys. He's going to go out there and give you 100% from the start of the game to the end of the game. He don't care about stats and all that. He just want to go out there and win. So as long as the team's winning, he's winning. Because before the season started, everyone thought he would be just a throw-in for the class. And he's been a consistent, defensive player. And, he don't mind doing the dirty things, getting an assist, doing the blocks, and holding down the best defender. So he's going to be all right, and he's going to be all right.
Yeah, I ain't worried about him, to be honest with you. And I will tell you one thing, and I don't know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Ole Miss, that was kind of scary. NC State, is there any? Would you be fearful at all of NC State? They're 5-1, just like Memphis is 5-1. But when I look at NC State, and I've had the fortune of watching them play this year, I just to be honest with you, I don't think they're very good.
Right. I think if Memphis go out and pressure them like they did Ole Miss, I think because NC State's not going to hit the 3-pointers like the Ole Miss did. So once Memphis get into a rhythm and groove, even without Lester there, I think they should be able to come out with another quality win. And this game is going to be a resume builder too, because it's from one of the Power 5 schools. And at the end of the year, you come out, you check those boxes. Was this a good rent? Even though they're not ranked right now, when they start playing in their tournament in their tournament, it's going to really help our RPI and get that attention of the committee.
Man, by the way, since you before I get off, you did the whole day just like I did.
Mm-hmm.
You did Saturday Tigers, then Saturday Grizz. I know for people like us, it was awesome. Did you talk to any people who were fans that did that? Did you talk to a bunch of just different people? Like what did you get of a sense? I mean, was that just I thought the day was great. I had more fun than you could imagine. My Saturday, I was about as stupid as you could imagine. I mean, I was having a great one.
I did that, and I talked to a lot of people. They said everybody had the same thing. Man, it was a great day, but I'm tired because not only was it a long day, both games was a 1-point game, so it was really emotional. Investing into the game. It wasn't like it was a blowout. And you got a chance to relax. You was into each game into the very last second. You get 35,000 people in the FedEx Forum, and at the end of the day, it was decided about 2 points both games. So you were mentally into the game. So most people who went to both games, they said the same thing. I enjoyed it, but I'm just mentally tired.
Now, is there any doubt that this team can support, some winners up in here, even two
Exactly.
basketball teams? That's what I'm saying. Memphis is the real deal, Holyfield. That's why we always have, lead in viewership on TV, et cetera, et cetera. But I do have to ask you this. I know I usually just talk Tigers with you, and I always pretty much will. But, man, how heartbreaking was that 109-108 loss for the Grizzlies?
You know what? It's when I talked to them at the first of the year, they were depressed, and after that losing those 2 early games. But I think the team was actually upbeat afterwards because they knew they should have won, and they got a bad call down the end with down there, and that really changed the momentum of the game. So I really thought they were going to actually pull that one off because Memphis has a history of beating the Lakers, and if they can bring that energy and effort every game, because the Lakers are the best team in the NBA right now. If they can bring that effort and energy against a Charlotte or New Orleans, I think this team's going to have a better record than most people anticipate, and they're fun to watch at the same time too.
Oh, and by the way, is there any doubt that Ja is a absolute superstar after this weekend?
Oh my gosh! When LeBron gives you credit and Chris Paul and all the other guards give you credit, when he made that one pass, when he stole it in the fourth quarter and did that whoop de whoop and went to the hole, man, my mouth just dropped open, man, because Memphis has not been known on the national scene, but with Ja being on there, they're going to be on national TV a lot more, and we won't have to worry about that because, even the Brandon Clark, I like him because he does his 10 and 10, and no one knows. He just go to work, punch the clock, and then he goes back home, and you never know he was there. But you look at the scoreboard, how do he have a double-double? And then Ja just up there dropping everybody's minds up. And, even Jay, when he hits those three, I tell you, man, this team is really exciting to win. And they're doing exactly what we want to do. They're not winning, but they're being competitive to the end of the game so we can keep this pick and hopefully get another player to add next year to make this team even better.
Exactly, and that's kind of like I said, I talked to somebody after the game last night, and I'm going to have to say goodbye because I'm running out of time, but I literally said this. One person looked at me and they said, man, you don't seem too disappointed. I said, tell you the truth, that was a perfect game. And they're like, what do you mean? I go, bro, Grizzlies are awesome. Ja just basically, he went off. He was banana sandwiches. The whole crowd went crazy. Trey J finally had a good night as well, along with Ja. You had Crowder playing good. You had everybody. Dylan. Everything was like there were so many good things about it. But I hate to say this because I'm not like the 76ers. I'm not going with the Sam Hinkie. But the fact that they lost a 1-point game and looked so good doing it, I did kind of like because I want a lot of ping pong balls because I want another Ja on this team, if you know what I mean. I just wanted one more star. And then I think we're ready to rock and roll. But, Terry, hey, I appreciate you. I know it was a very, very big day, and you have a big interview this afternoon. I'll be looking for that text to let me know and tell me how my man Lester Quinones is doing, all right?
All right, no, and one more thing before you let me go. Lincoln Parra is the man, and good luck to Houston Track. I was out there Friday night. That man is the truth.
Is he not
Lincoln.
the truth? I love him, too.
Truth.
Whitehaven, by the way, 3 UT linebackers, and he was still getting it. And Coach James Thomas, that Houston football team, they the real deal, Holyfield. Terry,
real deal.
Be
All right.
good out there, brother.
Be good, my brother.
That's my friend. Check him out at TSD Memphis, TriStateDefender.com. It's that easy. Also, don't forget, while we're talking about .coms, MemphisFarmers.com on Sports 56, 96.1, and, of course, 87.7 FM.
Sports 56 now has 2 FM homes. You can now find real sports talk on 96.1 as well as 87.7 on your FM dial.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. If you need a roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and we will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. We have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with 2 of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for many years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies' new look, the Redbirds, the 901 FC, and the Tigers football and basketball teams, it's going to be a fun year. Thank you to Coach Norvell, Coach Hardaway, and their staffs for your dedication to your student athletes, the University of Memphis, and to fans like me who have waited forever to have both the football and basketball teams ranked at the same time. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical, 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
If it's time for a new gun, rifle, or silencer, Tactical Guns and Gear in Collierville on Highway 72 is the best place to go. I promise they have the newest, most exciting selection of guns and silencers you could ever want. I don't care if you shoot for fun, hunt, or just need a gun for personal protection, Tactical Guns and Gear has the best selection of firearms around. The only one-stop silencer shop in Tennessee. In less than 10 minutes, they do all the paperwork. Take your photo, originate gun trust, take your prints electronically, and the best part, you never have to scan them again. Yes, silencers are legal. No special licensing, just a simple background check. Silencers don't make your firearms silent. They simply reduce noise for more enjoyable shooting, help protect against hearing loss, reduce recoil. It makes you more accurate. Best silencer place in the entire state of Tennessee, right here in Collierville. For all things guns and gear, ask for Jake or Jim at Tactical Guns and Gear on Highway 72 and tell them Eli says hi. Online at tacticalgunsandgear.com.
Your nationally ranked Memphis Tigers football team is back home on the Friday after Thanksgiving against rivals Cincinnati. This is our city, our team, and our stadium. We showed the world what Memphis can do when we all stand together. And now it is time to do it again. Tickets start at just $20 and are available now at GoTigersGo.com or by calling 901-678-2331. It is Memphis Tigers football versus Cincinnati on the Friday after Thanksgiving, sponsored by Sedgwick.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for football grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
Listen up, Rebel fans. You can now listen to Rebel Yell Hotline on 87.7 FM or on the web each and every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. If you can't listen to 87.7 FM, Sports 56 has made it possible to listen online each and every week. All you have to do is go to sports56whbq.com and click on the Rebel Yell Hotline banner to listen. That's Rebel Yell Hotline each and every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on 87.7 FM or on the web at sports56whbq.com.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Thanks to my good friend Terry Davis of the Tri-State Defender for joining us and talking a little Tigers. You know, we keep talking about these lineups. And I will say, I was talking during the break with my good buddy Gabe, and he says, man, why don't we go big, man? Lance, Precious, DJ at the 3. You can have Ball, Boogie at the, shooting guard and Lomax at the, point. And I love that. I think that's a good idea. But the one thing is, it's weird. If you talk to DJ, he will flat out tell you, I love coming off the bench. I like watching the other team and seeing who I can attack and how the game's going. It's a very interesting point. But he said, again, DJ has also said, I will do whatever the coaches tell me. I'll start if they want me to. I'll do whatever you want. But coming off the bench is something that he's enjoyed, and he's damn good.
Earlier, I have to step back. Earlier, this is way back in the show, I said that Chase Young had 14.5 sacks. He's actually at 16.5 with those 3. But also, man, we haven't even talked Tiger football. And what they did this weekend, winning 49-10 on the road at USF, people called it a trap game. People said USF's defense was good enough to hold them down. They weren't.
Nope.
Kenny, and I'll tell you one of the brightest spots of that game, though, Patrick Taylor. Coming back, 3 TDs, 17 rushes, 95 yards. It's good to see him back in the lineup. They're just so stacked offensively, man. And you look ahead to this game on Friday. My initial thoughts are very happy. I'll tell you that. It just looks as if that Cincinnati team is sort of down in the dumps offensively. And that Memphis team.
They were good last week. I mean,
well, they scored 15 points.
How many did they give up to Temple?
13.
And okay, now who lost to Temple?
Okay.
I'm just saying, okay, you can't, that's, okay. I'm just saying, don't use Temple. That's
2 weeks
horrible.
ago.
I'm just saying, they just beat Temple. We lost to Temple. I will say Memphis is going on all cylinders, but if you're going to tell me that Cincinnati's defense has looked anything other than
I'm saying their offense. Their offense.
I mean,
their
they've given
offense.
up 3, 17, and 13 in the last 3 weeks.
No. I am not taking anything away from their defense. That defense has been one of the top of the conference. But I'm talking about offensively.
Yeah, they ain't
their
scaring me.
quarterback
No,
has been horrible. Desmond Ridder, who is in his second year, just does not look that great so far. And
I think he's got 8 turnovers already, too.
Well, in the past 2 games, he's gone 18 for 43. Is that good?
Hold on, what?
Is that good efficiency?
Did you just tell me 18 for 43?
Yes. Do you want to know what he did against Temple? Do you know his stat line?
That's good for Jamarcus Russell.
Do you know his stat line from Temple? You want to hear this?
Yeah, I do.
9 for 25, 62 yards, and a pick. So I look at this. I think it'll be a good matchup. I think Cincinnati's going to be very high
Brady
emotionally.
did have, what, 3 fumbles and an interception?
Yeah, against
Temple. So I'm just saying, it's like,
I'll give him that. No. I'm with you.
But I will say one thing, though. Can I say this in all honesty?
Let's hear it.
Since Temple, Brady White's played as good a quarterback as anybody in the country.
Finally turned the ball over this weekend early in the game.
He had a bad first quarter, but then he was awesome.
Then they looked great from then on. I'll say that much. He did, and the running game was just clicking on all cylinders, and that sort of propelled them to win that game by a lot.
And by the way, just so you know, I don't know how many people realize this, in the entire country, do you know he's ranked 10th in quarterback QBR?
I know that he's a finalist for all the awards that you could even be involved in as a quarterback.
I mean,
so
he's having a ball
that
year.
anything.
I mean, he's got 30 touchdown passes, 7 INTs for 3,074 yards, and 79.2 quarterback rating, which is 10th in the country. So Brady White is having a hell of a season. But I wanted to say this also. He's got more weapons than most, unless you're Alabama. Like, Alabama's got so many wide receivers, it's ridiculous. But, man, I'm going to tell you right now, if you can't go to Alabama, I don't know why you don't come to Memphis if you're a wide receiver, running back, whatever. Because, dude, Memphis just has now turned into running back you.
Playmaker you.
Playmaker you, yeah. Because you can be wide receiver, tight end. You can be think about it. Who's my man that went to Tampa for so long?
Alan Cross.
Thank
you.
you, Alan
he
Cross.
wasn't. That was Will Fuente.
What I'm saying is, you got Cross, you got
he has the leading tight end receiver of all time in Joey Magnifico. He's done that. He has said on multiple occasions that his offense is built for playmakers, and he has proved that every step.
Every single step of the way, I have to give him a lot of credit, and I will say one thing. The Memphis Tigers, you take care of business this week. I haven't talked much about it because I ain't going to lie to you. I'm nervous. It's one win away from
where you want to, and it's the biggest game. It's the biggest game because it's the next game.
It is the biggest game. And by the way, let's just be real. It's not just the biggest game because it's next game. It is the biggest game, I think, in the history of the school. And it's not because it's next game, because this team has never had a chance to even think about going to a Cotton Bowl. You win the next 2, you're going to the Cotton Bowl probably. Like, really.
And to think about all the heartbreak, how close this school has been to getting to that point, and just have it ripped away by UCF in 2017.
Mm-hmm. They've ripped it away a lot, by the way.
Last year, there was a certain rip away. The Tigers got up, and UCF ripped it away late in both of the games that they played against them. It's definitely been a tough go, but it seems like the Tigers are in the driver's seat. They just got to finish this thing off the right way.
Yeah, they sure are. And by the way, just one other quick thing about the Tigers, I will say. White had a great game with his passes. Patrick Taylor did his thing. But I'm just going to tell you right now, no matter what happens, Kenneth Gainwell right now looks like the best athlete whenever I watch football on Saturdays. And I'm talking about almost anybody. He is up there. He's a baller shot caller. Coming up next, hour number 2, Sports 56, 96.1, and of course, 87.7 FM.
Come to Holly Chevrolet in Marion to take advantage of end-of-year savings. Right now, save over $9,400 off MSRP on the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Chevy Silverado Double Cab LT Z71 All-Star Edition. Or get a great deal during their Black Friday sales event. Take 20% off MSRP on select 2019 Traverse, Impala, Malibu, Cruise, and more. Stop by today and check out Holly's large selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs ready for you to enjoy. And at Holly Chevrolet, it's a no-pressure, no-hassle environment. As a matter of fact, there's no Badgers. And never pay a dock fee. Find new roads at exit 14 off I-55 in Marion, just 15 minutes from downtown Memphis, and online at hollychevrolet.com.
2019 Chevy Silverado Double Cab LT Z71 All-Star, stock number N3607. 20% off MSRP on select models only. All discounts, rebates, and incentives are included and applied. And qualifying finance with GM Financial over 2005 on the original product. Prices don't include tax, tag, title, and registration. Take delivery by 11/30/19. See dealer for details.
The holiday season is here, and it's time for our best offer of the year during the Ford Black Friday event. Now, for a limited time, get 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models. You're ready, and so are we. Start the season off right, and don't wait to enjoy our best deal of the season. That is 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models. The Ford Black Friday event ends soon, so hurry in today. Eligible on select 2019 model year vehicles. Vehicle must have arrived at dealer at least 61 days prior to the sale date. Estimated savings include an average dealer discount based on a sales survey of average discounts offered by Ford dealers nationally. Discount may vary. Dealer determines price. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by December 2nd, 2019. See participating dealer for complete details.
At Amazon this holiday, our Black Friday sale has new deals all day. There'll be more, and more.
Woohoo! I love it all!
Amazon's Black Friday sale, delivering all you need for less. November 28th through 29th.
Everybody needs somebody to love, someone to love, someone to love, someone to love.
The Christmas cheer is in the air. Santa Claus is still alive and well. Gateway Tires is teaming up with Toys for Tots. We want to see some smiling, joyful faces on all the children this Christmas season. So talk it up, Toys for Tots, and spread the word and make a difference this year. Give one toy or 10. We are thrilled for your tremendous love and generosity this year in making a difference in a child's life. Drop off your Toys for Tots at Gateway Tires till December 20th. All DeSoto and Shelby, Memphis metro locations, and also Oakland and Atoka.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Ruddock Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at barksdaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Join Sports 56 middays this Wednesday from 10 to 3 at Top Gun, formerly Range USA in Bartlett. Top Gun at 2770 Whitten Road wants you to come out to the largest gun range in the Mid-South and shoot for free. While Sports 56 is there, you can stop by for a free range pass that you can use anytime. Chow down on some amazing barbecue and smoked queso from Ferguson's Barbecue. Tons of specials on guns, ammo, and memberships just in time for Black Friday. And we'll have 2 pair of Memphis-Cincinnati tickets up for grabs. This Wednesday, 10 to 3 at Top Gun in Bartlett with Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1, and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home.
Get out right here. Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
the only man to ever win the World Series of Poker with a Scrabble board, Johnny Harden.
What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. You know who I am, your sports mixologist, John Harden, and I got to tell y'all, I got to tell you a lot. I got to tell you about this texter I'm going back and forth with. We'll have a little fun talking about that, about Georgia. He said, Georgia, I said, Memphis has become running back U. I'm not saying in the Power 5. I mean, let's be real. Do I know that Herschel Walker went to Georgia? Yes. But he says Georgia's running back U. And I just texted him back and I said, no, and if you want to be real, Alabama's running back U. Damian Harris started 40 games at Alabama. He's playing. TJ Yeldon, 21. Mark Ingram, Trenton Richardson, Derrick Henry. I can keep on going. You want to talk about Sean Alexander? Bo Scarborough made his NFL debut this week for the Lions, had another 55 yards and a touchdown. If you realistically want to go like Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, Eddie Lacy, in the last decade, nobody has put more running backs in the NFL, period, than Alabama. Check it out. It's a fact. You can look at it. I can say, Nick Chubb. I can tell you all the Georgia running backs. And I can also tell you in Georgia history, yes, Herschel Walker is number 1, and he's probably better than any Alabama running back. Number 2, Garrison Hurst. Terrell Davis, 3. No Sean Moreno's like the 4th. Bro, I can go to Alabama. And again, there are right now dudes on first-place teams that are still balling. And again, Sean Alexander. I mean, just think about how many pros have been putting in the NFL lately, and then to make fun of Memphis and say Memphis doesn't have running backs. Well, what did Tony Pollard and Darrell Henderson, or what about that guy D'Angelo Williams? And for a non-Power 5 that doesn't get $35 million a year or whatever, I think Memphis is pretty, you know what? I think they're damn good. So if I call them running back U, forgive me, we're not in a Power 5, but come on, dude. If you're a playmaker and you aren't powerful enough to go to Georgia or Alabama, and yes, the last couple years, Kirby Smart, most 5-star recruits in the country. Do me a favor. Tell him to win a game at home against Will Muschamp. Or how about a national championship? How about an SEC championship? Damn. Is that too much to ask for? Don't give me that crap, Georgia fan. Please. But now, I got to tell you about something real quick. We're going to go do straight no chaser and 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I only said that to piss somebody off because I'm going to stop saying that. It's an old school. And if you watched Pulp Fiction, you would know it came from. But anyway, I was this weekend and I had the best time I've ever had. I got to see my friends from the HDL, my baseball league that I play in. I play baseball, Gabe, right? We did our banquet. We rented out downtown. We had 100 people. I was like, there's no way 100 people are going to fit in this room and have a... Dude, we had more than enough room. It was done so well, and I was at the Central Barbecue downtown. I'm telling you right now, people, Central Barbecue, not only do they have the best barbecue in the world, Like literally the best barbecue in the world. And we're so blessed that we can go to 4 locations, downtown, midtown. It's summer. Summer out east, the original and Central, and this new one at right there at Poplar. But if you go to eatcbq.com, that's eatcbq.com, you can ship that amazing barbecue anywhere in the world. But you can also go over there and look for catering and events. You can check out all their locations. You can check out anything that you need. And like I said, we rented out that room. It was $13 a head. We had 100 people eat for $13 a head. We had beer, we had barbecue, we had banana pudding. What else could you need? I mean, we had literally everything. I'm going to tell you right now, Central Barbecue, it is literally simply the best. Check them out, ship that barbecue, go see them, do whatever you want. The secret's in the smoke, baby. And if you have kids that are very picky like me, just go ahead. Just do it, please. Please, please, please. Pick up your smoked turkey from there because that packaged wet turkey stuff, I can't eat it. Can you eat that stuff, Gabe?
Yeah. But I mean,
I
would much rather have Central Barbecue.
I mean, but you're
kidding
like,
me?
I'm such a jerk. Like if Honey one time bought it, I literally was like, this is ridiculous. I threw it in the trash and she's like picking it out. She's like, people are starving, you jerk. So I made her make a bunch of sandwiches and go give them to the homeless because I was like, I ain't eating it. Is that jerk?
Maybe a little bit, but
hey, at least I did something nice with it.
It is what it is. Yeah.
I just can't eat turkey unless it's really smoked. And Central Barbecue, they smoke their turkey. Real deal Holyfield, like we're all about to have for Thanksgiving, baby. Central Barbecue, it's simply the best. Straight no chaser.
You know, I don't throw away the slimy turkey. I put it on sandwiches. Good lunch. Time in, time out for me, you know? But Central Barbecue is just different level. But
that is true.
How obviously is it obvious that Frank Gore is a Hall of Famer?
Are you I'm sorry. Are you like bleeping kidding me? Like, are you joking? You know that he passed Barry Sanders. You know that the only 2 running backs in all of football ahead of him are Walter Payton and Emmitt Smith. So my question for you is, Gabe, are you on drugs today for asking me that question?
No.
Okay, good.
Because I knew all of this. I just had to ask this because I have to give Frank Gore his worth. Because I was a St. Louis Rams fan, and I remember him with the 49ers. Yes. He was the best running back in the league for 3 or 4 years running. He was so good behind a really good O-line. And you're just right. He just passed Barry Sanders this past weekend. He has 15,289 yards in 14 seasons. 14 seasons. Do the math. It's over 1,000 a year. I mean, very clearly. Walter Payton and Emmitt Smith are the only ones ahead of him. I think it's a no-doubt thing, and I really think that Frank Gore is one of the best running backs we've gotten to see.
I think he is the – how do I put it? I'm trying to think of a really good analogy, and you're going to hate this. I'm trying to think. Like, you know who Paul Molitor is?
Yes, I do know who Paul Molitor is.
What do you think about Paul Molitor?
He's a Hall of Famer.
And what was he, though? Like, for a long time.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, a lot of people didn't. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, but I mean, he wasn't like the best player ever. He was elected in his first year eligibility.
But I think just on
what I'm just
how
say
good
is Paul Molitor isn't sexy, but he's a Hall of Famer. Do you know what
absolutely.
I mean? Frank Gore is not
agree.
sexy, but he's a Hall of Famer.
But
like, he's
just
great.
on principle alone of him being able to stay in the league so long in this day and age of playing running back and still be able to put out the numbers he has, I think just on principle he's a Hall of Famer.
That's what basically that's what I'm trying to get at is like Paul Molitor as a player. This dude, I don't know if people realize he played from 78 to 92 with the Brewers, 93 to 95 with the Blue Jays. Then he went to the Twins till 98. This dude played from 78 to 98. He played for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? That is a long career, but this is what's even better. He never had, in that 20 years, you never had one of those years where you're like, oh yeah, he was a 7-time All-Star. He was a World Series MVP, but he was never the MVP.
You know what stinks, though?
What?
Frank Gore has never gotten his worth as far as getting that championship. He's never had a Super Bowl. He's been in one, never won it, which stinks.
93, my man Paul did get a World Series, so that is good for him. But what do you think about the comparison?
But I think it's very close. I think it's very close. It's like Frank Gore has done his done his due diligence. He has been around for a long time and produced every single year. And just when you think he's gone, just like this year, just when you think he is going to fade away, he comes back stronger than ever.
Yeah, it's true that. And by the way, you got to also think about it. He's a pretty good manager, Paul. But this is what Paul did. He had 3,300 hits. He had 234 home runs, 1,307 RBIs. He had 504 stolen bases. That almost messes my head up. And he batted .306 for his career. Those numbers are stupid. And the reason I say Paul Molitor is like Frank Gore, because if you put up Frank Gore's right next to Barry Sanders, you put him right next to Emmitt Smith and Walter Payton's, you say to yourself, he's one of the best players in the world. But if I put Paul Molitor's numbers up against the best baseball players in the world, I'm like, his numbers match, but he just doesn't look like the best of the best, like Walter Payton's sweetness was.
It's not sexy.
Or Barry
There it is.
Sanders. Yeah, he's
Simple.
just not as sexy. But damn, his numbers say Hall of Fame, don't they?
Have you ever been part of a protest? You ever protested anything? It could be a boycott. Like, have you ever stopped eating somewhere because you didn't like their, I don't know.
Oh, I mean, I've gone to restaurants and not finished their food, but I'm not a jerk and asked for it free.
Okay, but no protests.
Like,
Never
for
been
me,
part of a protest.
No, I'm not a big. I mean, there's a lot of things I'd like and a lot of things I don't like. There's a lot of things I'd like to fix. I go out and do things to help people. Heck, I'm sponsoring a family for Thanksgiving. But like protest? No,
But
I've
you
never
just
done
sit
that.
at home. You're like, I don't
home,
want to get out of the house.
Yeah, I ain't getting out. Nah.
Nah, I'm not getting up with
I ain't
y'all
gonna
about
get up
that.
at- nah.
I don't want to march through the streets with my signs. Like,
No,
you don't want that.
Never done that.
Well, did you see the Harvard-Yale game?
Oh my God, yes. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, that's the reason that the Tigers game wasn't on time. What the heck, man? Like,
dude, by the way, not
good
only
game,
that-
by the way.
Hold on,
Harvard-Yale,
can I
good
tell you
game.
something also, though?
50-43 and 2 OT.
Hold
I'll
on,
give them
but
that.
They almost didn't get the game in because did you know they didn't have lights? How funny is that? Because of that
How old
protest-
is the Yale Bowl,
That's what
though?
I'm saying is, think about this. There was 100 people who come out. By the way, you know it was for climate change, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 42 people. They were charged with disorderly conduct after their protest for climate change in the Yale Bowl. It was at halftime, and they all had banners. You know, other signs referred to the Puerto Rican debt relief and China's treatment. Like, I was like, what are y'all protesting? Y'all have a lot
Kong.
of... No, there was a lot.
Iranian revolution.
There was a lot of different causes. Like, I needed a root cause for you to really delay this football. Like, they don't have lights. They don't have lights, man. You're going
That's why
to
you
ruin the game.
protest. Yo, we can't finish this game unless we get some lights, yo. What if this thing goes into 6 overtimes? No, but really, I thought it was at least the most. I did see the Hong Kong one. There was something
Mostly
else,
was climate change.
but mostly was climate change. But I'm not joking with you. And I think the story that a lot of people are missing, because it was such a big game, because of the year and the time that we were in, the delay almost cost them. Like, if it went to another overtime, did you know the officials were talking about calling the game because it was getting too dark?
Yeah, and that's wrong, but I saw this ESPN report, and I have to bring this up because this
Please
is hilarious.
do.
Rachel Sadoff, she's a junior at Harvard, okay, and Harvard and Yale organized this on Facebook, right? And they said 150 students were about to do this from 2 universities. And her quote was, when asked, she said, quote, "Our goal was to spread the word. If more people speak up, our colleges will have to listen," end quote. What was your main point?
Dude, I thought, can I tell you
climate
something?
change is climate change, man. But what are your universities? What are they supposed to do at that given moment? This just doesn't seem like the right spot. And also, you have other people talking about Hong Kong. You have other people talking about the Iranian revolution. You have so many different causes. What are you speaking up
about? Puerto Rico.
What are you actually speaking up about?
I'm looking at these signs.
There's
It's
too many
hilarious.
different causes. If you have one cause, maybe, but it's just the wrong time.
Oh, it is so funny. By the way, I also have to bring this up. And if they don't want, if they kept saying, hey, hey, ho, ho, fossil fuels have to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, fossil fuels have to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Isn't ho, ho? Is that a Merry Christmas? Or were they calling somebody that's a worker? See, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. But no, he'll ask you this literal question.
They said that?
Yeah, they really did.
That is
I swear
hilarious.
to you. I got to, I listened to, I watched one of the Twitter things. I don't know. the things that stick in my head, is it not ridiculous? Like, I can't remember if I'm arguing with you or a Bear or Austin about a ball game, but I remember, hey, ho, ho. Dude, I'm done. Fossil fuels got to go. Hey, ho, ho.
No, but
the
look.
last thing I was going to say, though, is it almost brought to attention that they needed lights, and wouldn't that, like, burn more fossil fuels?
Look, I'm here. Yeah, because they need a generator for them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's an old stadium. They ain't got it hooked up in it. But
dude.
all I'm saying is, if you're going to do a protest, pick a different time.
Oh, here's the best
And if
one.
you're going to do a protest, have one, like, universal cause y'all are all going for.
This is one of my favorite. Did you see the sign that says Puerto Rican debt relief? Wait a second. Have y'all looked at the United States debt? Like, have y'all seen the U.S. debt clock?
Oh, God. But I don't know, man. Like, I just...
Great question and hilarious, by
I
the
just,
way.
like,
Hey.
I don't know what to say to him. Like, climate change, okay, I'm here for you. But at the same time, like, I think people know about it, and I think the people that can do something about it are doing something
I'm
about
surprised
it.
that Greg
But, like,
didn't show up.
It's kind of it's a difficult thing. It's a difficult thing. Now, are you a selfie guy? Have you ever taken any selfies? Do you take selfies?
Okay. I can't.
You have a selfie stick?
I don't have a selfie stick. I can't take a picture like like that thumb thing where you try to hold it from you and push it with your thumb. Like, I can't hold the phone. I don't even know how people do that without dropping their thing. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever actually like dude, here's a phone. If I want to take a picture, I gotta hold it, and then I gotta push the button, and I gotta hold the phone all the time. My thumb, like, I don't. That is
Your
just,
arm's not long enough either.
No, I mean,
Is it? Like, if you were trying to catch a big group, you're not getting it.
No, dude.
And who was it in Friday? This is a random question. In Friday Night Lights, was it Billingsley who forgot his helmet? Or was it like...
I can't even
No,
remember.
yeah, it was. Because Booby Miles went in.
Yeah, Booby.
Yeah, and he's like, Billingsley! Yeah.
Dude, yeah, see,
But guess
man,
what?
I got me at least. I'm kind of cute.
Okay.
I just took a selfie. Think it might be my first.
I'm going to follow this up with, did you see what Dwayne Haskins did at the end of the game when the Redskins won?
Two things I got to say. First, I thought you were going to talk about, since we were doing, hey, ho, ho, fossil fuels have got to go. Hey, ho, ho. I thought you were going to do the one. Have you seen the dude with the selfie stick in Venice? And it's a tourist, and he's walking, and he's like taking a picture of himself, and then it shows like because they're wading through water, but he doesn't see, and he's walking with his selfie stick taking a picture.
And he falls in.
Walks right in and falls straight down, and I'm so sorry, but that's what I thought you were going with.
Stupid millennials, man. and
Oh,
their
it was so
selfies.
funny. You got to see it. I'm going to retweet it, Johnny_radio. I'll tag you in it, Gabe. But the one you're talking about was so cool. I love making the second string quarterback go in there and take a knee while you're taking selfies with the fans. I love Dwayne Haskins.
He was in the end zone, out of the back of the end zone, taking a selfie while the offense was on the field. And I don't know if they talked about it beforehand. Like, maybe they said, "Okay, we're going to put in Case to kneel down." But I doubt it. I doubt it.
No,
I doubt it.
I got this right here. I'll pull this up for you because I saw this earlier today because I actually retweeted something about it earlier today, and it says, the coaches said they were yelling and screaming, looking for Haskins after the interception.
Oh, I have a quote from him. I was so hyped I broke a water bottle. I look up and we're in victory formation. I thought the game was over with already, but I'll get it next time.
Yeah, he said the coaches were screaming and looking for him, and then one of them says, "I see him over there in the in taking selfies with the fans. Get Keenum in."
Bill Callahan said, "No, I don't laugh at it. I'm happy we won. We'll address that. I'm just pleased we won the game. I just have to find out." And then Joe Theismann said the selfie was quote-unquote unprofessional and wrong. So?
Dude, I don't care. Let me tell you something. You got a second-string quarterback for something. Anybody can go out there and take a knee. It's no big deal. Homie just won his first game, celebrating, getting it out of his system. I mean, it's his first NFL victory. It had to feel pretty good. And remember, he plays for the Redskins. He's not going to get a lot of them.
They haven't won a lot of games.
They're
Let's be
not
fair.
really good. And
He
I
didn't
don't
really
think
have a
they're gonna
great
do-
game, though, either.
Nah.
He didn't play very well.
But he was a happy camper, wasn't he? But anyway, that was that straight no chaser?
Sure was.
All right, well then I'm gonna say to all the wonderful people, you can't do anything right now. You can't touch that dial because I'm gonna come back and talk about a whole lot of stuff from 49ers, embarrassing Aaron Rodgers and that bad man last night. How about Luka? is the MVP LeBron, or could it actually be Luka? And could this dude actually lead them to a championship already? Y'all might think I'm crazy, but he's only second in scoring and second in assist. Think about what I just said. He's second in the NBA in scoring, second in assist. And then I also got to talk to y'all about how the Patriots won, but really the Cowboys lost. But the Cowboys did cover. Jason Garrett stinks. And could you imagine what Bill Belichick would do if he had the Cowboys' talent? Because this Patriot team, and I'm going to be real, they should have gotten smoked. But Jason Garrett, you are the biggest loser of the weekend. And if I was doing studs and duds, which I will probably tomorrow, you'll be getting a big old dud from me. And also, I got to say, I always say that there's robbers. And when I was a kid, you have like cowboys and robbers. You got to catch the bad guy from stealing all the loot. Carson Wentz, highway robbery, bro. You better be careful, too, because I think there's a lot of Eagles fans who like to think that they are a police officer and they might come and get you.
The Boo Birds came out.
Boo Birds were way
heavy.
Out. Heavy. And by the way, just if there's actually anybody from Philly, how much you missing Nick Foles? Ow, that had to hurt. But you know what else hurts? Hard and Wood, and it's coming up next on Sports 56 96.1. And of course, I don't get to do any of this without your CBD store. And you know what? Your CBD store will make you say goodbye to pharmaceuticals, hello to CBD, and your CBD store has amazing locations, like one of them right at 3157 Poplar, like close to right down here in Collierville. You also got North Germantown Parkway at 680 North Germantown Parkway. And then don't forget about the bad boy down in Horn Lake in South Haven, Mississippi. Your CBD store. Pharmaceuticals, bye-bye. Hello, CBD, and your new life. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back again. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Start your day with the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hertz. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
When you're in need of quality jeans, shirts, and boots, think Frontier Western Store in Olive Branch. Frontier has thousands of square feet of merchandising at everyday low prices. Tons of jeans by Carhartt, Wrangler, and Ariat. Whether you're after classic denim jeans, dungarees, or work pants, you'll find them among Frontier's amazing selection of stylish modern fits. Flame-retardant jeans and shirts now available as well. Colder weather is on the way, and Frontier is prepared with overalls, coats, and fleece jackets. Women's Sherpa jackets by Simply Southern starting just $29.99. Don't forget the boots. Frontier boasts dozens and dozens of styles of boots, work, dress, or play. Come try on the latest boot trends as well as proven classics, Ariat, Durango, Dan Post, and many, many more. You are guaranteed to find your next favorite pair at Frontier. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, or shop online 24/7 at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
The Vault on G.E. Patterson in South Main downtown has all your game day needs with 30 TVs. If your game is not on one of the 20 big screens, then sit in a booth with your own remote. The Vault has game day specials on pitchers, buckets of beer, and great food, which is the best thing about the Vault. This is not your normal sports bar. Chef Dirk Meitzler from On Tour and Cafe 621 has all his favorites like Chicken Newport and his new lobster enchilada. Open for lunch and dinner every day with lunch specials for $12 weekdays with a drink. The Vault on G.E. Patterson in South Main, your downtown place to eat, drink, and watch the game.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. Their newly renovated drive-in repair shop is open to the public. Whether it'll be your everyday driver, farm equipment, fleet vehicle, or heavy-duty truck, their ASE-certified technicians will get you back on the road. The on-site dyno is ready to run all the necessary diagnostic testing. From preventative maintenance to complete overhauls, Mid-South Power can handle it all. Stop in today at 3288 Mill Branch Road or call 901-396-0710 and online at mid-southpower.com.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for Football Grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
The holiday season is here, and it's time for our best offer of the year during the Ford Black Friday event. Now, for a limited time, get 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models. You're ready, and so are we. Start the season off right, and don't wait to enjoy our best deal of the season. That is 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models. The Ford Black Friday event ends soon, so hurry in today. Eligible on select 2019 model year vehicles. Vehicle must have arrived at dealer at least 61 days prior to the sale date. Estimated savings include an average dealer discount based on a sales survey of average discounts offered by Ford dealers nationally. Discount may vary. Dealer determines price. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by December 2nd, 2019. See participating dealer for complete details.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now, back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Let's go! This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy ghosts and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills, shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. See a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs Jackson when you got words?
What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Y'all know who I am, your sports mixologist, John Harden. You know I'm always hanging out with my good buddy Gabe Kuhn. By the way, you can follow your sports mixologist, me, at Johnny_radio, and of course Gabe at G_Kuhn71, as we are rocking and firing and giving you all the good stuff. We're about to go down to my favorite spot in the world, which is called Hardenwood, because it feels so right. Hardenwood. But before we do, I also have to remind you that without CBD, who knows where I'd be. I don't think I'd be happy today. I'd probably be angry and in pain. You probably think I'm joking. I'm really, really not. I've had a really painful year, to be honest with you. And then I was taking pharmaceuticals, went to the doctor, had a prescription, don't worry. But guess what? I went down to your CBD store, and I went to the one down in South Haven, Mississippi. But again, now they've opened up ones right around here. You can go literally to Poplar. You can go to Germantown Parkway. But whatever you do, just go to your CBD store online. They got over 450 stores all over the good, US of A. If you're listening to me in another place on Facebook or Instagram, you probably got one by you. But you go online, check out, and actually you can learn about them. You can see their lab reports. And again, get back to being you. The average person that goes to your CBD store is somebody like me, someone my age, if not older. It's not a bunch of young kids. It's not hippies. You don't go there to get high. It's go there to get back to being you. Your endocrine system, you would be shocked. CBD, CBG, and I'm going to talk about this actually in just a second because it had to do with a little White House vote on the Hill and what does it mean and all this good stuff. But I'm going to tell you why we go to Hardenwood. Let's do it.
This is Access Hardenwood.
Ooh, it is Access Hardenwood, and y'all know I love talking to y'all about a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I've told y'all about CBD, and I've told y'all about all the stuff that you can do. Now, they take out the THC, and it's about the CBD, which is in marijuana. Now, this is going to blow your mind. But did y'all hear about what happened last week in Washington, D.C.? There was a vote. Congress has approved a piece of legislation to end marijuana prohibition in the United States. It passed. It looks like they are going to take this out of a Schedule I. A lot of people don't realize this truly is a historic moment in our nation's political history. Think about all the people who have been incarcerated and imprisoned over this drug or marijuana. It's not even a drug. I'm not even going to call it a drug. All the things that have happened. And then plus, think about how it was prohibited so doctors only at Oxford could really actually study the plant. Other people who have a lot of brains couldn't study the plant and find out all the healthy benefits of it. And again, this is a huge step in the right direction because marijuana prohibition is something that needs to happen in this country because this plant can actually help you. And we have an opioid crisis. And my man Gabe Kuhn, he played football. He played on the line. How many concussions do you think you had in your life?
Me, I was lucky, man. Only one.
Really?
I was lucky as hell. I know a lot of I have a buddy of mine who plays in Canada right now. He's had 14 concussions, and he is still going. He is 23 years old and has already had 14 concussions. Not to mention the amount of friends, family that I have seen affected by opioids in this country. It's ridiculous. You just keep feeding to, especially in football. They just get fed them until they get to a point where they're addicted and they try to take them away. And it's just, it's a bad cycle. It really is.
Unbelievable. By the way, this is very, very interesting. So lawmakers in America, they passed this bad boy. The passage of the MORE Act is what it's called, represents the first time that the Judiciary Committee has ever had a successful vote to end the cruel policy of marijuana criminalization. No matter what happens because of this vote going forward, it might happen. Say you get busted here in like a week or two smoking a joint or whatever. Going forward, that stuff will be gone. And by the way, if you pull somebody over and you bust somebody for a joint, man, stop it. Literally, stop it.
We saw, didn't you talk about Dorial Green-Beckham?
Yeah, last week.
The old wide receiver getting caught for 10 grams or less, and they tased him?
They tased him.
Good Lord.
That's another reason. This is another thing. This is another thing I wanted to say. Think about that just simple story. Dude, cops come to him, talk to him. He ain't had a very good reputation. Hadn't had a very good luck with cops. They're like, yo, what's in your pocket? Dude, he used to be an NFL, thinks he's fast, turns to run. But guess what? A taser's a lot faster. Gets tased as he's jumping out a window. And by the way, lucky he didn't fall out a window and break his daggum neck. Over 10 grams
or
of marijuana?
less.
And I mean, we have seen high-speed chases. We have seen so many things, but ain't nobody ever smoked a joint and died. And by the way, I don't know too many people who've done anything but destroy a bag of Cheetos. Let's just be real. Now, I'm going to get off that. Do you have anything good?
I have something ridiculous. Did you see the Cybertruck unveiling of Elon Musk? Elon Musk Tesla Cybertruck?
No.
Oh, my gosh. It looks like... I'm going to send you this picture because I think it's hilarious. It looks like if I was, 7 years old and I was driving a car... Cybertruck. If I was 7 years old and I was drawing a car, that's what it would look like. You see it yet?
Yes.
But either way, Elon Musk unveiled his Tesla Cybertruck. It goes 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. It has a 500-plus mile range.
Dude, that's
on
fast.
it. And then also, this is what amazed me, tows 14,000 pounds. It wins a tug-of-war with an F-150. It goes a quarter mile in 10 seconds. And what he said was the windows were shattered. What he said were the windows were shatterproof. That's what he said, right? So Elon goes up there. He gets his rocks ready to throw at these windows to show that they're shatterproof. Throws them at the window. The window shatters completely. And so he goes, okay, wait a second. No, we just threw it at the front window. Maybe there was a problem when we were doing this. Our operations guy had it messed up. And he goes, throw it at the back window. That one won't shatter. Throws another one at the back window. Shatters. So the unveiling of this truck, it's the ugliest thing you've ever seen. It does look crazy, though. But he said it was shatterproof, and he said it would be sort of an indestructible sort of vehicle, and it wasn't.
Dude, last time I heard somebody say indestructible, I remember thinking of the Titanic.
Do you see that thing, though?
Dude, it's
That
ugly.
is the craziest. Like, doesn't it look like if you were 7 years old and you were drawing a car, that's what you would come up with?
It's what Arnold Schwarzenegger I could see driving around.
The Terminator.
Yeah, the Terminator from the future. But no, it's ugly.
It is
and it doesn't
ugly.
look like a truck. And where's the
It's
bed?
not a truck.
Where's the bed?
But it is probably, to probably drive that thing, probably got a lot of power.
Oh, no, it does.
A lot of power.
But you have to have a bed to be a truck, I thought. Like, isn't that the whole point of the truck, going out?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is like truck, you could tow things, you could...
Yeah.
You know.
By the way, you're going to laugh at me. Who the heck is Post Malone?
Are you serious?
I know he's the dude
He's
with
like
the
a
tattoo.
rapper
No, I've
slash
seen him
artist
1,000.
slash.
I know what he looks like.
What is a Post Malone?
No.
I
I know Carl, man. He can post you down. Don't mess with the mailman. No, but Post Malone, like I listened to the first song he's ever done, or like one of his famous songs. It's not even him singing. It's like him singing into a mixer board. The song.
Have you heard any of the new music? Like
It
you're
sucks.
surprised. Like this is what music is. This is what music is now.
Wow.
Mixed and mastered on a computer. The
I should be
voices
I can
are
be a-
completely changed.
Yeah.
Like no one actually
they're not
plays
singing.
instruments and sings anymore.
That's for sure.
It's for you old people. Jeez.
Dwayne Haskins, we all loved him because of what he did. It was absolutely awesome. Jumping into the stands and taking pictures and not being able to take a knee. I laughed about that. But one thing on Sunday that I actually saw around the same time was on Twitter. And I'm just going to bring this up because I don't even know who this is, but I like saying nice things. Did you hear about Lakeland Church? Do you even know who they are? I never heard of them.
No idea.
They found their little community where there's a lot of people who are poor or whatever, living under the poverty level. They came out and paid $1.62 million in medical bills to get all those people in their community out of medical debt. That is probably the dopest thing that I've seen in a long time on a Sunday, except for, I'm colorblind.
Yes.
I'm scared to get those glasses. I don't think I can handle it.
Every time I see someone put those glasses
They
on,
cry. Like I watched
they cry.
one.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched this little boy. I got
that
a video
was,
I
that was
tweeted out.
heartwarming. I saw it.
I don't know if I can handle it. I'm scared to look at those things. Like it's kind of like ignorance is bliss.
It's a happy cry though, isn't it?
It probably is, but then what if I got to take them off and go back to being me?
No, you can just keep them on at all time. Looking.
Like, yo, I can see colors. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'd freak out. I don't know if I could handle it. I freak out already. Could you imagine me if I saw some colors? I could actually see how sticky icky. Never mind. That is really green. And
What
orange
color's
and
my
blue.
shirt right now?
It's gray and black, I think.
Yep, there you go.
Those are my. I can shades. I'm good
you know
with.
what you're doing.
I was gonna say
You're
anybody who's
good,
colorblind
man.
knows shades.
Okay.
Trust me.
See, I don't know. I
Well,
have
remember
no
I
idea
thought
how
this
you
was
see.
a red hat.
Well, yeah, you did.
And it's because it's Cardinals.
Yeah.
And I got so mad, and the kid was like, "No, homie, it's blue." I was like, "Damn." But anyway, next stupid story I have to ask you, because I saw that video of that kid who cried in the glasses, and the reason I said I don't know if I could handle it is because I don't know if I can handle a lot of things. But I want to ask you this question because we already mentioned him a little bit. But Mookie Betts, I don't know if people realize this. Where do you put him in baseball? Like, is he a top 10 player? I think he's up there. Top 15?
Top 15 for sure.
For sure?
I'd give him top 10. You know what? Especially name recognition, he's got to be up there as well. I mean, playing-wise, who knows? Top 15.
Dude, did you know who was in town at the Grizzlies game?
Must have been Mookie Betts.
Mookie.
You know he's from Nashville.
Yeah, I know. And he
Yeah,
played
yeah.
with, the Doolin's team. Tim knows him really well with the Dodgers. But anyway, just the fact to see Mookie in the stands. But the thing that is so funny, you're going to get mad at me. And baseball fans, you can get mad at me if you want. I asked 20 people, do you know who that is? Not one person. I had more people say rap names.
What age were these people?
I mean, everywhere from 45 to 17.
I could see, the 30 and under crowd not knowing.
It kind of messed me up, man. I was like, so you don't know who Mookie Betts is? I know who Mookie Betts is. That's Mookie Betts. No, it's not. Dude.
I mean, there's people out there
Yeah,
that
it is.
literally, if Mike Trout, the best player in baseball, not even arguably,
He's got such a big
if
head.
he walked in to the studio right now, I think all of us would know. But if he walked into a stadium, I bet, 50% of the people know him? 50 don't?
That just blows. And again, to me,
Well, that's the MLB. That's been their problem. They don't have players that are marketable, and you can't force your players to be marketable.
That's true. You can't. Now, two other things I got to say. I got to say thank you to everybody who follows me on Twitter for a few reasons. But I want to thank two special people. That's Terry Job and Kathy Joseph. Hope they don't mind this. But, and I'm not going to go too deep into it. But basically, I'll just let you know there was a little kid that I ran into. Biggest Grizzlies fan in the world. Never been to a Grizzlies game. Dude's like 6 years old. knew more about the team than I did. I'm telling you, could do a 2-hour show on the Grizzlies. And I had 2 Grizzlies tickets. But there were 4 of them. And I'm like, damn. So I just tweeted out, like, hey, does any of my Memphis friends have Grizzlies tickets they want to sell for next Friday's game or Wednesday? This cute kiddo just said he can't wait to go to his first Grizzlies game ever, and we only have 2 tickets for next Friday's. Please and thank you. Literally 30 seconds later, my Ticketmaster box, bing, bang, boom, 2 tickets pop up. Thank you, Kathy. Terry also offered to buy them. A bunch of people offered to kick in. And I just wanted to say again, a lot of people can say Memphis ain't this or Memphis ain't that. Memphis might be whatever you want to say, but Memphis does have St. Jude and Le Bonheur, and you remember Danny Thomas. And this is a very big and giving city, and that was just awesome, and it warmed my heart. So thank you very much for letting this little kid go to his very first game ever. And then last but not least, I got to say shout out to Houston High School, 27-6 over Whitehaven. Whitehaven has 3 linebackers again who are going to play at UT. They are already signed. They haven't given up 20 points all year. They haven't given up more, I think, than 13? They gave up 27. They lost 27-6. And Lincoln Perry, this guy who a lot of people just won't give him the credit that he deserves and is due. He broke the record. He is now the all-time rushing record at Houston. Congratulations, and no matter what, they are 13-0 and the best team in Houston history. Shout out to all those kids, and shout out to James Thomas and Lincoln Perry. We'll be back in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. How you like that? On Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
During the weekend at Sunrise on Jefferson, there are plenty of people that spend a long, leisurely time enjoying not just the great fresh food, but the atmosphere at Sunrise as well. But we know not everyone's weekend is the same. For some people, the weekend might be Wednesday or Thursday. That's why Sunrise leaves up the amazing Bloody Mary bar all week long. Just because your weekend is different doesn't mean you don't deserve the same joy as everyone else. So don't worry about the people around you that are going back to work. You just take on that Bloody Mary bar and see what joy you can make for yourself. Have a drink at Sunrise. At Sunrise, if you'd like.
Your nationally ranked Memphis Tigers football team is back home on the Friday after Thanksgiving against rivals Cincinnati. This is our city, our team, and our stadium. We showed the world what Memphis can do when we all stand together. And now it is time to do it again. Tickets start at just $20 and are available now at GoTigersGo.com or by calling 901-678-2331. It is Memphis Tigers football versus Cincinnati on the Friday after Thanksgiving, sponsored by Sedgwick.
The holiday season is here, and it's time for our best offer of the year during the Ford Black Friday event. Now, for a limited time, get 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models. You're ready, and so are we. Start the season off right, and don't wait to enjoy our best deal of the season. That is 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models. The Ford Black Friday event ends soon, so hurry in today. Eligible on select 2019 model year vehicles. Vehicle must have arrived at dealer at least 61 days prior to the sale date. Estimated savings include an average dealer discount based on a sales survey of average discounts offered by Ford dealers nationally. Discount may vary. Dealer determines price. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by December 2nd, 2019. See participating dealer for complete details.
Geico presents, not again, another voicemail from your roommate.
Hey, man, so I was in a rush to get to work and I left the back door open. Could you shut it? I left it wide open. While you're there, could you also turn off the oven? And all of the burners. My mom never let me use the oven. I wonder why.
The Geico Insurance Agency could help keep your personal property protected, like if it's your roommate's first time operating an oven. Visit Geico.com to see how easy it is to switch and save on renter's insurance.
Join Sports 56 middays this Wednesday from 10 to 3 at Top Gun, formerly Range USA in Bartlett. Top Gun at 2770 Whitten Road wants you to come out to the largest gun range in the Mid-South and shoot for free. While Sports 56 is there, you can stop by for a free range pass that you can use anytime. Chow down on some amazing barbecue and smoked queso from Ferguson's Barbecue. Tons of specials on guns, ammo, and memberships just in time for Black Friday. And we'll have 2 pair of Memphis-Cincinnati tickets up for grabs. This Wednesday, 10 to 3 at Top Gun in Bartlett with Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Now, back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you bound to wind up dead. You don't head back to Tennessee yet.
Wowzers! And I mean wowzers. It's my last segment. Where did the day go? I didn't even get into the NFL. And again, wowzers, I just watched a 20-foot great white shark, and some crazy lady is swimming right next to it. Like, literally, you could fit her in, like, the whole shark. She's holding its fin now. Oh, man. Go to Johnny_Radio. You'll see it. And again, there are people out there in this world that have a lot bigger ones than me, and they don't even have any. But they're bigger. Because you ain't getting me in that water. But I do also have to announce something that's really cool. And I was talking about my man Paul Molitor, like, earlier. And I was basically just trying to find a fair comparison to a guy who, you know, in Frank Gore, and let's just be honest, Frank Gore passed Barry Sanders. I don't think Frank Gore was ever Barry Sanders. Frank Gore is right behind Walter Payton and Emmitt Smith. I don't think he's Walter Payton or Barry Sanders. I think he's actually closer to Emmitt Smith, who is the leader because of the longevity. Now, Emmitt Smith, I ain't taking nothing away from Emmitt. Championships, what he meant to the Dallas Cowboys, unbelievable. But I don't think Frank Gore ever meant as much to Barry Sanders or as much that he did to the Lions, or Walter Payton did to the Bears, or Emmitt Smith did the Cowboys. I think Frank Gore has had an illustrious career, and he is going straight to the Hall of Fame, and he deserves all the love that he gets. And congratulations. I think it's just amazing. But when I was talking about Frank Gore, his career, and I mentioned Paul Molitor. You know, Paul he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, you know, played 20 years, career 300, hit 200 and some odd, you know, home runs, etc. But he kind of reminds me of Frank Gore. And then I just saw this because, you know, he was a twin for a while, coaching and all that good stuff. And you know what they're bringing back in Minnesota? The Powder Blues. Do you even know what I'm talking about? Were you even alive in the 80s?
No, I was not, but I know about the Powder Blues.
Oh, dude. I don't know.
Everyone wore powder blue back then. What was up with powder blue? The Cardinals?
Yeah, that's true. They did.
Everyone loved the powder blue.
What was that? What's that about? But the Twins, they're bringing them back this year. I just thought I'd mention that. And then here's the big thing. Guess who just sent me a text, and he told you he would? And that's Terry Davis, who was with Penny. And Penny said, Lester will be back in 21 days. Or you can say Lester is out for 21 days.
That is a specific.
That is a very specific timeline.
Yeah.
So maybe the doctor is exactly perfect. I don't know. They know exactly when. Hey, these doctors are getting like amazing. They can do all kinds.
And then
of crazy stuff.
I saw various guys on Twitter talk about it. It was his third and fourth metatarsal. You mean his finger? It was his middle finger.
I thought it was a metacarpal. Is it metatarsal?
Metatarsal.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. I don't know
your toes and your fingers are metatarsals, right?
Maybe.
Metacarpal. What's a metacarpal?
I can tell you different parts of the anatomy, but I'll probably get an FCC fine. So, nah. That's about all I know. It's kind of like when you're a kid and how can you can't ever speak another language, but somehow you know the bad words.
So your fingers are metatarsals, but but under it, the underlying bone is metacarpal.
Cool. We just learned something today. By the way, everybody, we're all a lot brighter and a lot better. Now, I talked about something very important earlier, and we all like money and gambling, and I told y'all about the craziness. Utah at 50-1 when Alabama's 4-1. That makes no sense when I think Utah has a better chance almost of getting into the Final Four right now than Alabama. let's just be real. 50 or 4, not 50. Especially if, Utah actually gets to play somebody. But Ohio State, they look like the real deal. Holyfield, LSU's looking great. I told you about those lines. Not a lot coming back. But you want to freak out? You really want to you want to get your head blown off when I tell you this? You know what the Tigers right now are to win the 2019-2020 men's college basketball NCAA championship? They've fallen all the way to 12-1. Just so you know, Florida is 18-1, Maryland 30-1, Ohio State 60-1, Michigan State is 7-1, the mighty Duke Blue Devils 7-1, Kentucky 7-1. Get this, Michigan 75-1, the Zags 25-1, Oregon. Do y'all remember? You know that Memphis and Oregon played, right? Yeah, y'all remember that, correct? Oh, yes, y'all remember. Oregon's 25-1, Memphis 12-1. Tell me that Memphis don't have a real deal Holyfield City. They just love its basketball. And I think the boys in Vegas also know, with Wiseman and maybe Keonis out for a while, this team learns how to play without them. Next thing you know, you bring back some more ballers. I don't know, but all I know is 12-1, 12-1, and just so you know, it's 7-1, 7-1, 7-1, 9-1, 12-1. Oh, whoa, wait. Did you just say that? Yes, I did say that. There are 3 teams in the country that are 7-1 right now. That is Michigan State, Kentucky, and Duke. There is one team that is 9-1, and that is Kansas. And then you have 2 teams that are 12-1, Memphis and Louisville. Did y'all hear what I just said? That basically the people in Vegas are almost saying, there is no way that this Memphis Tiger team misses the NCAA tournament. And that is pretty wild to be saying this early. And a lot of people could say, oh, well, this is money. This is about money. Again, I just told you, Duke, Kentucky, and Michigan State, 3 teams, 7-1. You have Kansas at 9-1, 2 teams at 12, Louisville and Memphis. That is just amazing. Huh?
That's crazy. I mean, considering they are the 16th best, they're ranked 16th in the country.
Yes, exactly. That's why I'm saying it is absolutely wild. I mean, heck, did you know that Purdue is 80-1, Houston 100-1, Texas, who lost this weekend, 100-1. I mean, there's some good teams out there that you will look at and you will freak out when you see these numbers. Again, like I said, Syracuse 100-1. Oklahoma State 150-1, Georgetown 175-1, Arkansas 500-1. Man, but anyway, I mean even Oregon, who beat Memphis 25-1. But yes, you heard it right. By the way, North Carolina 15-1. That's crazy, isn't it? Do you feel okay right now, or am I
That's weird. I mean, that really is, and I thought it was interesting last week when the number got better for them once James Wiseman went out.
Yep, it's crazy. Hey, man, I don't know if the boys in Vegas know more than me, but I know more than everybody. And I know one thing. You want to get rid of your house? 901-406-1101. You call Bill. I call him. He's like the dream maker. You need cash in a flash? Bing, bang, boom, I just sold your house. 901-406-1101. Say it with me. 901-406-1101. Can you say it? I can say it. And I also told y'all last night that the 49ers were going to beat the brakes off of Aaron Rodgers. Well, I'm going to tell you out tonight, every single smart person has told me the Rams are going to win. I went down this morning and saw a lot of money being put on the Rams. Now I'm going to tell you this. When everybody zigs, I zag. I'm thinking I'm going to take the Ravens and lay the points. I ain't scared. Enjoy the night, Ravens. And if you need to sell your house, all you have to do is call my fixer, everybody's fixer at I Buy Houses, and that's 901-406-1101. You call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. You got enough money to become a millionaire. Just make sure you put it on the Ravens tonight. I'll see y'all on the flip side. For Gabe Kuhn, I'm John Harden. Peace.